All right. Happy Monday, y'all. We are a little more than halfway through the month, and I am pumped to dive into some things with you guys today, give you some clear focuses and some areas that we can be really honing in on and growing through. First off, how did everybody's I will statements go for this week? Does anybody want to share?
I'm so close. My I will was to develop a silver. I'm in 4 conversations for hers. So
That's
it will
good.
happen today. I'm setting that in stone. It'll happen today.
I love it.
I'm halfway. Mine was I will develop, or I will add 2. I add 1.
Okay. Good. Love it.
My I will was I was going to develop a brand ambassador. And I love what Jenny said last week, how she said her focus was like, she kept going back to that. And so it was like Wednesday, and I'm like, shoot, I'm not even getting that close to anybody. And so that really got my feet moving. And I ended up having 2 level 1s go to brand ambassador by the end of the week. So that was awesome.
I love that. Anybody else want to share? I wills, even if you didn't quite hit it, what kind of action did you put in and what kind of maybe movement did you see, even if you didn't quite get there?
Mine was actually I will budget my time because I had been off of the habit of that with all the sickness, and I wanted to get back on it so that everything didn't feel so overwhelming. And so far, we are doing a lot better this week and end of last week.
Love it. All right. And then KPIs. How are we doing on our KPIs? Do we feel like we have clear KPIs and we know what we should be working towards in our KPIs? And are those KPIs helping us stay consistent? Yes, no, maybe, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways. Okay. So crystal clear on you, Jenny. Crystal clear. Love it. Okay, well, if you have not yet, hopefully you have, though. Y'all establish those KPIs. I'm telling you, they will make such a difference for you when you have measurable goals and you know what you should be working towards. And then when you're not hitting goals that you want to be hitting, it gives you something to be able to look back on and say, okay, well, I didn't do X, Y, and Z. And so that's probably why I'm not hitting the goals that I'm hitting. You need to have clear, written, and measurable goals in order to be able to be moving the needle forward. Okay. So today I want to talk about thinking like a business owner. Okay. And specifically when we talk about thinking like a business owner, when you are a business owner, you are empowering other people. And so how are we empowering other people to move forward? So whether you are working on going gold or you're working on developing gold legs, our main priority in both of those things should be how are we empowering other people? We don't want to, again, I never want to downplay going gold. Any way that you can go gold is absolutely amazing. But ideally, in an ideal world, we do not want to be going gold by ourselves. And so that should be your focus if you're trying to go gold. And then also when you are developing gold legs. So how do we do that? And I want to give you guys a mindset shift where when we go into conversations with people, we want to go in. And it was interesting because I was having this conversation with Trisha Regar the other day. And Trisha, if y'all don't know Trisha, she's a very successful diamond and has been working the business. I can't remember how many years, maybe 8-ish, probably close to the same as me. And her sister just started working the business in the last year. And her sister is like doing phenomenal. Like she's gone senior Ruby. I think she's well on her way to Emerald. And so I was having this conversation with Trisha and she was like, Bethany, I think her name's Hannah. She was like, Hannah just assumes everyone needs the business. She just goes in with the mindset of assuming every single person needs this business. And so I want us to start thinking with that perspective of every single person that we talk to needs this business. Even if they don't need money, maybe they need purpose, maybe they need community. There's some aspect of this business that we want to go in and assume, oh, duh, they need this business. And that's how we want to be approaching people. Because when we're approaching people with that assumption, the conversation's different, right? Like the way that we're talking to people, the confidence we're talking, the picture that we are painting for people is different when we just make the assumption that people need this business opportunity. So how are we presenting the opportunity? How are we showing up in our conversations, presenting the opportunity, in our posts, in our stories? How are we presenting the opportunity to people? How often are we presenting the opportunity for people? And so I think what happens a lot of times is there's a lot of missed opportunities. And so if we go in from the very beginning, assuming that every person needs this business for one reason or another, whether it be money, whether it be community, whether it be purpose, then, or impact, whatever that might be, then we come in approaching the opportunity from the very beginning. We're planting that seed. We're asking people, hey, if you ended up loving your products, would you be open to sharing them? We're saying, hey, before I make a recommendation, I want you to know that I pride myself in helping people get their products paid for. We have a simple referral system to help you with that. And then we're going to build off of that in every conversation in some way or another. It cannot be every single time of, hey, have you thought any more about the opportunity? Hey, do you want to share? But we're finding creative ways to continue watering that seed from the assumption that we're making in the beginning. And so a very top priority for you has got to be, how am I increasing buy-in for my people? And the way that we increase buy-in is through inspiration, it is through vision, and it is through belief. And so this has to be like your number one priority. So I am assuming that those of you who are here on this call, you are approaching this as a business, and you want to, or are thinking like a business owner. And what do business owners do? We empower others. And when you are a business owner, you need your people to be inspired to show up every day. And so here's what I like to do. And this is what I want you guys to do. Maybe you don't have anybody who's working the business yet, and that's okay, because everyone has a starting point. And so you look at your people through the eyes of their potential, how you see them, maybe not how they see them yet. And I like to list out my people, my leaders. And what I want you to do is, and again, maybe they haven't taken an action yet. What we are saying is, I want to increase someone's buy-in. That does not necessarily mean I want to make sure that someone wants to go diamond. That's not what everybody wants. But we are getting them fully bought in on whatever it is that they want. So if they wanted their products paid for, how am I getting them fully bought in on the idea that they can get their products paid for? If they want $500 extra, how am I getting them fully bought in that they can earn that extra $500? And the way that you do this is by every single day. And yes, I mean every single day. Every single day you ask yourself, how can I increase this person's buy-in? How am I getting them to take one step further towards being like, I'm bought in, I'm making this happen. I can get my products paid for, I'm gonna get my products paid for. I can earn $500, I'm gonna earn $500. And so again, do we sell products? We do sell products, but we're gonna think like business owners. And so I would say a top priority for you, wherever you're at in your business, is every single morning you should be asking yourself the question, how am I increasing buy-in for, and I'm looking at my list of people. You should have a list of your people that you either want to work the business, who have shown some interest in working the business, whatever it might be. You should have a list of people written out in front of you. I'm not kidding you, y'all. I do this every single morning. And I look at those people and I say, how do I need to inspire her today? How do I need to build her belief today? How do I need to get her to take one micro step forward today? So take the people that you have. And again, it can be people that haven't taken any steps yet, but you see the potential there, and rate them. And then make it your goal. Again, I love to go back to 1%, right? A 1% change. How can I move them 1% forward? How can I make them how can I help them believe a little bit more in our products today, even if they're just a product user? How can I make them believe that what their vision is actually can happen today? How can I speak life into this person on my team today that's going to increase their belief, their inspiration, and their vision? And then we want to do that. But I think it's also very, very important that you need to be constantly evaluating your own buy-in. So what is your level of buy-in? How bought in are you? If you went up to somebody that you are close to in your life and asked them, how important would you say that you think my Plexus business is to me? How would they answer that? Someone that knows you well, would they without a doubt be like, oh, I know that's a priority in your life, or I can see where this is taking you, or I can see that you know where you're going with this and you're very passionate about it. If the people closest to you cannot see that, then I would say we got to work on that buy-in, because you cannot get people caught into a vision. You cannot get people bought into something that you are not bought into yourself. So if people don't see that in you, why do they want to come be a part of something that you're not even bought in? Like, we have to hold such a strong conviction that it invites other people to feel that same conviction. I shared that. I think Sarah shared it in her group, and I shared it with my leaders. There was a John Maxwell video today that said the people that show up and take action every day are the people who have passion. They are passionate about what they're doing, and it is their passion that causes them to show up every single day. Do you have that passion that's causing you to show up every single day? And then a passion that is contagious and is helping your people to see each and every day, okay, I'm a little bit more bought in. Okay, I see what this could be for me. I see what this could be for my family. I'm going to take action today, and I'm going to be even just a little bit more bought in. But I think sometimes we get in this mode of, especially it is a very different mindset when you go from just, I'm selling products. You have to go stop thinking like an affiliate, and you have to start thinking like a business owner. And a business owner's number one priority is developing leaders. And the way that we do that is we have to every single day, how can I make my people better? And it starts with us. I literally every single day, I listen to something or pour into something that's going to make me better so that I can turn around and help make you better. You are only as strong and as good as the people that you are leading, as your leaders who are joining you in this. And so that has to be our priority. Every single day we wake up and say, how am I going to inspire my team today? How am I going to get people a little bit more bought in? How am I going to get a little bit more bought in so that I help them get a little bit more bought in? So there's a couple of things that I want to draw our attention to specifically to focus on this week. First and foremost, we are doing something a little bit different this week. Sarah is hosting a business opportunity chat on Wednesday night. And so what this is going to look like, it's going to look very similar to how we do our product chats on Thursdays, but this is going to be business focused, casting vision for people. We've got little video testimonies from different people sharing how this has blessed them, to really show people what this could be from very different perspectives, and also just showing them all that Plexus entails when it comes to the business. So y'all, this right here is one micro step that you can help somebody with. I don't care if they just came in for the product. All you're doing is inviting them to come take a look at something that might pique their curiosity. I know you're just getting started on your products, and this might not even be something that's on your radar, but I would love for you to just come take a peek at this and see if, hey, maybe this is something that could be for me. maybe this could help us this holiday season. Maybe this could be an area of passion and purpose that I didn't realize was missing from my life. It totally might not be at all, but I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't at least offer that to you. Use that, excuse me, y'all. Use that as your micro step this week. Your people who are somewhat already bought into the opportunity, put them in there. Because guess what? Addie's got someone who's brand new, and I have talked to her name's Leslie. I've talked to Leslie on a 3-way chat, but Leslie doesn't know Jenny's story, and Leslie might be able to relate more to Jenny's story than mine, or Sarah's story than mine, or Ashley's story than mine. Expose your new people, your new sharers. This is only going to increase their belief. So again, we're going back to how am I increasing my people's buy-in this week? This is an opportunity to do that. It's also an opportunity for your people who are sharers who say, hey, who are your people who like you want to travel with, who you want to be talking to every day, who you want to help fill with passion and purpose? Who could we invite that are your people to come check this out on Wednesday night? I will tell you, one of the number one ways to increase someone's belief and their buy-in is to get someone underneath them. Like as soon as you can help someone get someone to run with them, that's an automatic increase in buy-in. One, because they're like, oh, okay, somebody's doing this with me. How many of you can agree when someone is doing this with you, it just feels more exciting. It is just more fun, right? And so when you can help your people have that person, that's an automatic increase in their buy-in. So go out this week and help your people be thinking about who do you want to work this business with you? We have to stop tiptoeing around the business. I'm just going to say that plain and clear because I think that is still an issue for so many people. Why are we tiptoeing around the business? Y'all, people need, you'll never convince me that everyone doesn't need money. That might not be the driving force for someone to be here, but everybody can use extra income. But again, purpose, impact, community, whatever it might be, there's something here for everyone. And you've got to start thinking like that and not tiptoeing around it. Just like you can believe that these products are for every single person. If you will flip your mindset to believe that some form of this business, something about this business is for every single person, it will change your conversations. It will change the way that you show up, and it will change the people that you are attracting. So I really want to challenge you guys to go all in on this event this week and make it your goal, at least one person. Just focus on one, at least one person that you are getting into this event on Wednesday night. Then the other thing that I really want us to encourage y'all with and to push you with is our gold chat. If you have people, if you are in the gold chat, being engaged, being involved, taking part in what's going on, if you have people in there, I'm forever now going to coin Sarah's phrase, don't drop them off at daycare, okay? The gold chat is not daycare. Go and make sure if you are in there with your people and you see they're not dropping their maps or they're not staying engaged and they're not doing the activities, go find out why. Find out what obstacle might be keeping them from that. But I want us as a team and as a group bought in on this gold chat. And the first couple months that we did it, it was very active. It was very engaging. People were going gold. And I've seen less and less interaction in there. And I think we can change that, right? We're leaders. We're momentum shifters. And so we have to be the ones who are encouraging that, both plugging it to our team. So we're making it our goal to get people to senior silver so that they are in this group. We talked a couple weeks ago about, okay, what is our process for developing a gold? And a big part of that process is this gold chat. And it's not just a to-do list. I promise you, if people are in this chat, they are staying engaged and they are taking part in what's happening, it's going to get them closer to gold. I've seen it over and over and over again. And so we can't, again, I go back to, we can't get people bought in on what we're not bought in and believing in ourselves. I really do believe that this gold chat is a game changer for a number of reasons. Because here's the other thing, in case you guys did not know, the way this gold chat works is when somebody goes gold, like out of the people that went gold, I'm asking someone the next month to run the gold chat themselves. And it's literally, I have a Google Doc, and it's a matter of copy and pasting, but it increases your leadership because people get to come in and they get to take ownership of that group. Alyssa has done it the last 2 months now, and I've seen it grow her by leaps and bounds, taking ownership of this group. And again, she's copying and pasting, but then she's cheering people on. She's encouraging people. She is the team cheerleader for that chat, and it's increasing her leadership. Your people have the opportunity to do that, to go gold and then get to take ownership of that, and you get to see their leadership, because that is a really, really big key for increasing buy-in for people, is giving them some kind of leadership role. And so I'm super passionate about that. All that to say, a next step, a next level of buy-in sometimes is letting people share about their journey to silver even. And so looking for those first steps of, how can I give my people some kind of leadership platform? Again, that always increases people's buy-in. When they have some level of leadership, it helps people to be more bought in because they're taking ownership of something. And when you are taking ownership of something, that's like we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. If you are invested in the stock market, then you're like really paying attention to it, right? When people are taking ownership of something, it's naturally going to increase their buy-in in what they're doing. So that's what I want us to really be focused on this week. If you have not done it yet, take some time, either today, tomorrow, early on in this week, list out your people. And I want you to rate what you would say their level of buy-in is, and then go through the thought process of, okay, how can I even 1% increase their buy-in this week? How can I 1% get them to take a micro step this week? And then let's heavily utilize our Wednesday night chat and our Thursday night chat. That's a great micro step. Just getting your people to say, hey, we host these events every single week. Could I help you invite some friends to it? That's an increase in buy-in. All right. Does anybody have questions, comments, concerns, smart remarks?
Okay, this is Cammie. So the Wednesday night group is for potential business builders, just to kind of get
Yes.
the gist.
Yeah. And again,
15 minutes? Is it going to be, how long is it?
Yeah,
around.
it'll be around 15 minutes, and it's gonna be just like the product chat, but instead of like, here's the triplex, it's like, here's some information about network marketing, and then testimonials will be people's business stories, which Cammie check.
Okay.
Because I just sent you a message.
Oh, you did?
I would love for you to do a testimony. Because it'll be ours, like we'll have a couple in there that might be not from our team, but mainly it's people from our team sharing their testimony.
Okay.
Which I think
I
makes it
actually
really more
can't
powerful.
be there, but I could record something.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. Yeah. Which is probably what you want anyway. Okay, that helps. Thank you.
And again, I encourage y'all, even if they've never shown interest, it's just an invitation to take a peek. And so, and you do not know what could spark, somebody's interest. Like I know a diamond who literally had no interest, and then she saw somebody on a shopping spree, and she was like, I can earn a shopping spree through this. I'll do this business, so you just don't know. And that's the great thing about this type of event, is it does share all different aspects of what this is. And so that helps, because you don't know what it's going to tap into for somebody to be like, oh, I didn't know, it could be this or this. Maybe this is something that I want to do. It's great curiosity piquer. Anybody else have questions?
I was just gonna say too, I feel like for those people that maybe haven't been ready for a phone call, like if that feels like a scary step, this is like an easy next, it's very non-committal.
So for some of those, like I know I've had some people that I've offered the phone call and they weren't ready for a phone call. And so I feel like this is like a great thing to invite them to.
Anybody else? It can also be unrelated to what we talked about today. If anybody has questions or needs help working through something. I love that. Ashley said she feels ready to invite people to Wednesday night. Awesome. All right. So then all of you who are in a accountability group, come up with your I will statement for this week based off of something that we talked about today. So some way that you are going to take action this week specific to what we talked about. I would say, you know, by tomorrow, make sure that you've dropped your I will. So if you need some time to think about, you know, chew on all the info and figure out, okay, what action do I need to take this week? And then make sure you drop that in your accountability group by tomorrow. And yeah, forefront of your mind, y'all. Inspiration, vision, belief. How am I going to implement that into each of my leaders every day to help increase their buy-in? All right. Tonight we have our team call at 8:30 with Darcy. I'm super excited. Get your team on the call. Hearing from people who are outside. I mean, you know, I know I'm pretty great, but hearing from other people is always a really good thing. And other people's perspectives, other people's stories. Again, it increases buy-in for people. So get people on that call tonight. And I will see you guys at 8:30. Bye, y'all.